Oddwood made a... Dude, that is a great album. There could not have been a better album to have come out in recent years. Like that, yeah. This is a great album. This is excellent. Well, Stormfront, they made an album recently, but they went with, where are they from? They did their native tongue, their native language. Swedish, they're Swedish. Ye Banished might be up for another album. They may be making a new one soon. I wouldn't be surprised. They haven't made one since 2020 was Hostis Humani Generis. Bro, time flies. Wait. This was their latest single. Yeah, they did a Christmas album, 2021. Okay, sure, 2021. See, the biggest thing about the pirate bands is that they all have their gimmicks, right? Every band usually has a gimmick, or at least like these themed, folky, you know. Well, in this case, it's pirate, right? Like again, Ye Banished has their period accurate, like very gritty, you know, something you'd actually hear out of maybe the 1600s. Fucking Ailstorm just doesn't give a fuck anymore. It's just like pirate party music. Rumahoy is just, I don't even know what the fuck Rumahoy is. It's the same deal, but like even goofier. Stormfront is kind of a... They were kind of a mix. I found them like a little bit of a... More of like Ye Banished Ailstorm-ish. Oddwood is pure fun. Oddwood is more of a... Ye Banished-y, but like fun. Like a more not so gritty, goofy, you know, like rocky Ye Banished almost. Like, they're great. They're really good. At least when comparing all the fucking pirate bands. That's kind of how I view them as.
Neither the flames nor the depths could claim me.
Stormfront has a few shanty-esque things, but they're not like... If you want the gritty... You know, not all their songs are gritty, but it's more so, if you want to feel like you're fucking back in time, go listen to Ye Banished. Ye Banished is great for that. Everything else will, like, kind of, it pushes the envelope a little bit, you know? But there's nothing wrong with that. It's all great. It's all really good. It's all very good. Sabaton's good. Yeah, I don't really listen to them anymore, though. Longest Johns, there's a few. Fucking even Irish Rovers had a bunch of, you know, piratey things. Santiano, same deal. It's all about sailing and some piracy and shit. Nautical stuff. I mean, they had, what's that one group? They had one that's like pirate thrash, but it's a bit too, it's a bit metal-y. Visions of Atlantis is symphonic, like pirate stuff, yeah. Everyone's got their gig, you know? Everyone has their gig. I think most of the bands do sound different. Like, you may look at Ailstorm and Rumahoy and the Dread Crew of Oddwood as like the three goofy bands that do pirate-themed stuff, but like you can get something different from each one. Well, okay, same thing with Santiana, though. Listen, if you're an older person and you're making music, it's usually about sailing. It's not so much about piracy, but, like, you know, when they talk about ships and sailing and stuff, yeah, they got a few pirate songs. But it's like, the open waters is for me. My love back home is to be. Trollfest is not. Trollfest is like Balkan fucking, like, I don't even know how to explain Trollfest. Trollfest is a shit show. They definitely have a nameable thing, but I can't think of it right now. Oh, it's a shit show. It's a Trollfest. What a useless fucking start. Genuinely. Okay. You know what I did recently when I took a break earlier today? I was watching YouTube clips of movies I've seen, and I remember, like, recently I had seen The Joker 2, and I went back and I watched clips from The Joker, the first movie, and then I really got thinking, I'm like, you know what? I was maybe too generous with the Joker 2 review. I think the movie is shit. I think it's a little bit... I think, like, the critics were kind of right. It's like a 3 out of 10, honestly. I really do think it was. I was generous. I gave it, like, a 5. I may go back and say Beetlejuice might be better. You know why? I guess it's been so long since I've seen the first movie that, like, I should have rewatched the first Joker film and then watched the second one in succession, so I have that fresh on my mind to kind of compare it to. But literally, even a few scenes out of the first Joker movie, and you're like, this is great. This is so, like, depressingly great. It's just like real life, but with a clown. You know? And maybe a lot less killing. It's just good. It's great. Beetlejuice is so much better than Joker 2. Brother, like... I don't know. I don't know if I can agree. Well, I mean, I would say they're probably around the same tier. I don't know. Beetlejuice 2 was not a good movie. Beetlejuice 2 is not a good movie, though, for sure. Whatever the fucking critics said Beetlejuice 2 was, is cap. Big fucking jokey lie, like, it is... No, it's not. It's just not good. But yeah, I would say, actually, I'm dropping my fucking Joker 2 review down quite a bit. Solely based on being reminded of how good the first film is. And in a way, you kind of have to relate the two, because it is a direct sequel. It's not a standalone, hey, the Joker's back, he's with Harlequin, he's having Gollum sex in the fucking dungeon, right? Like, it's not a standalone movie. It's the sequel. It is the finale of the Joker's fucking existence, basically. And if you put them together, number 1 is phenomenal, number 2 is quite terrible. Engineer, thank you, buddy. I've watched both of them, and I actually watched Beetlejuice 2, and I ended up leaving the theater when I watched Joker 2. I would have finished it. Bro, if you go to a movie and you spend the money, at least finish it. I never understood that. It's like, do you think your time is so precious? You were gonna sit down to watch the movie anyways. You might as well watch it, right? I have never walked out of a theater just because, like, again, just finish the movie, man. It's not that big of a deal, no? Cringe. Why am I getting Oh, Jungle Mundo. For some reason he's fed. Cool dude. I mean, some people leave. I heard, like, people, they always do this to drum up fucking, like, you know, attention, but I heard people walked out of Terrifier 3 because it was so fucked up. You know, like, yeah, those movies are kind of that way, for sure, but... Keep up the great stream, you're the best. Hey, thank you, brother. You've been around these parts a long time, sir. I mean, if you knew nothing about Terrifier and you watched a Terrifier film for the first time, and you're like, oh, it's a scary clown, and then you see the guy, like, disemboweling a fucking naked woman, you're like, Like, they push the envelope. Yeah, quite a bit. Those movies are pretty, grotesque. Like, yeah. Very shock-oriented. Converted a sub. Hey, thank you, sir. I went to watch a movie with an Irish language after this, so I walked in an earlier screening. Oh, I gotcha. I don't know. I'm very ingrained in movies right now. I do like going to the theaters. Just because I go with my family. It's like the only family time we get. You know, I try to just say, hey, let's go see a movie. I know the last few that I dragged you to were fucking garbage, but, like, let's go see a film. Right? Like... Why am I being... It's not... Whatever. We're so, like... it's unplayable. It's just so cringe and unplayable. I'm gonna try and go collector here, actually, not Triforce, just for shits. Oops. I wanna see what it is like to build this. The new Transformers, I have never given a fuck about Transformers. Especially the look of that new movie. That shit looks so garbage. It doesn't look garbage. It's just, it looks like it's for kids. It's not, like, I've never cared about Transformers. Not in the slightest. I just haven't, man. I never grew up with them. It is for kids? Well, there you go. PG rating. It's probably a decent film, but, like, I would not want to sit through that, to be honest. I want the more serious stuff. Kill him. You get a kill. You get a kill here. No matter what, you get a kill. Wow, you don't get a kill? You do. Okay, how about Fiddle? Oh. Whatever. Good. You know what I want to watch? Does anyone know when that new VHS anthology comes out? And it's not even an anthology, it's like one movie, but it's a bunch of different ones. When is the new VHS coming out? Does anyone know? I think it's on Shudder. I've thought about... The only two services I have are Disney and Prime Video. Came out a few days ago. Did it really? I think I'm going to cancel Disney and say fuck Disney, because Disney produces dog shit. And I'm going to get Shudder for the month of October. And then see how that goes. Because I think that'd be great. Shudder's got a lot of, like, B-movie schlop, but there's a lot of good stuff on there, too. There's just nothing on Disney now. I use Disney for, like, Star Wars and Aliens. That's it. There's not much out there that I care about with Disney. He's dead. Goodbye. The new VHS is alien themed. That's cool. How much do you pay for Shudder? Unless you fucking pirate that shit, which I wouldn't do, personally, but, you know, it's up to you. How much are you paying right now for Shudder? I steal my sister's. Ask the bitch. Ask the bitch how much she pays. I cannot be tempted to Google something that takes half a second. You will tell me. Actually, you know what? Can you go on Google and just tell me how much the subscription is? Please. Collector OP. How much is a month of Shudder? $4.82 for a month? That's pretty good. $4.82. I think it's time to cancel Disney. They're really... When's the Skeleton Crew coming out? Because that's the only thing I'd fucking watch. And I watch The Acolyte, for God's sake. Like, that is burning money. I'd rather smoke meth at that point. Like, what's gonna bring you more joy? The Acolyte or fucking meth?
You've worked.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Get on it.
Yo, Jev, thank you, buddy.
This'll do for now.
The Forsaken Emperor Mochi demands more money.
He does. I said his name because you donated, and he looked at me. He's always outside my gate. I love you, Mochi. Yo, Disloyal, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it, man. You have been giving Mochi all the fucking treats. I'm changing my donation goal to Mochi's treats. And I think it'll maybe go down in price, actually. We serve the Mochi. Mochi must make snacks. He must devour the treats. You know, I feel, Can I collect? Yeah.
You dare slack on my ship?
Yo, Disloyal, thank you, buddy. Hey, you gave Pizza Pikachu a sub. Subs are good. If I was to eat any fast food, it'd be a sub.
Serve or die. I don't care if the others like you.
Mihoi Minoi.
Yo, Big Tinus, thank you, sir. Okay, I'm like into the fucking game. Why can't I tab into the game? I need to get Ivana. Ivana's not here right now. She's attending family matters. But I need to get Ivana to make that mochi emote. You know, the cursed one? Fuck off. Ew. Okay. I'd go mortal here, not LDR. LDR doesn't do anything now. LDR does nothing. It's not even like they over-nerfed it. They just, like, gutted the item. It's not really... It's like, yeah, they over-nerfed it, but, like, they kind of killed the item. I don't know why we're allowing tanks to be this tanky. Like, for fuck's sake. They kill you, and they're tanky. Like, they do a lot of damage. There's no passive, it's all stats. And it's 200 gold cheaper, so that's kind of like where it sits. It's like you spend 200 more gold, you get anti-heal, or you spend 200 less gold, you get 5% more pen. It's kind of dog shit. Like, Giant Slayer this game? Holy shit, man. Sion would be dead. Fucking this guy would be dead. They'd all be dead. They'd all be so dead. Damn. Collector, like, ping the guy for 0. Really? Yeah, whatever. Wait, how is Kane dead? Where did Kane die? How did we only kill 2 people and get aced? Where did Kane die? Oh, you know what? I think he got ulted. I think he died in Fiddle ult. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm just gonna go split. I'm not gonna group. I don't get that bug. Okay, all we have to do is land every barrel on Sion with every passive. I have to hit the guy for like 1,500 damage, 1,500 true damage. Maybe a bit more. A little under 2,000 true damage. If I hit the guy with 2,000 true damage, he'll be a little bit like half health, kinda. Kinda not really. Oops. Yes, tanks are balanced. You know what makes it worse about Sion? Is you play like an absolute shithead dogshit player, you fucking perma-int feed, and you get more farm than anyone, and you still win. It's such a shit design. I don't know, man. I like the character, but it's so awful. It's so awful. It really isn't fun. You spend half the game fucking intentionally feeding, and you still win. Like, what character can do that? You burn. If I last hit him, I get collector gold, I think. No. I mean, it's the way people play the game. I don't know. Sion, you know, in a perfect world, there are no weird, cheesy, like, strats. Like, there's no proxying, there's none of this shit. Sometimes you kind of have to, because the champ is kind of gutted and only performs well if you do that shit. But in a perfect world, I'd love everyone to play lanes. I would love everyone to play lanes. Truly. I knew that was going to happen. I saw him over here. At least they can't Baron. Fiddle has no R, he's fucking worthless. Sion flash Ard, okay. They get wiped here. You're crazy. These guys get wiped. They haven't... Why are we not... They get wiped here. Like, what are we doing? Look how low their carries are. Yeah, like, what the fuck? Fiddle is worthless. He has no ultimate. Look at him. He's autoing a ward. Okay, like, good flash, dude. Fuck, I'm flashing too. Help! It's the tanks! It's the tanks! They're the assassins! Retreat! Oh, you don't actually get collector gold. Oop. Good. You imagine a champ being deleted in the game? Yeah, it's called Gangplank, like, on release. Did you know, if you're not old enough to remember this, so, like, above the age of 90, they killed Gangplank. They made Gangplank unpickable in League of Legends. He came out as a rework. They reworked him. And then because of the lore that they released alongside his rework, he ended up dying in the story, and because of that, they disabled him. They said Gangplank is dead and is no longer playable. And they deleted him from the game. And then they're like, psych! And then they brought him back as some waterlogged fucking just perpetually angry, bitter man. Yeah, that was dope. Why do you think I love GP so much, man? Okay. Yeah, they really did well with GP. GP was probably the most iconic rework / like release of a character. What is a more iconic release than Gangplank with the event, the music, disabling the champion, Riot posting a bunch of stuff, merchandise coming out? That was truly the golden age of this game. It just was. Like, I can't think of another thing. You had 2 champion themes, 2 separate skins. You had an entire real event that gave you real rewards. You had a story that had music. You had a story that had fucking, like, rewards as well. Just so many things. So many things came out of that event. So many things. It was crazy, man. Oops. No, it was just the GP announcer, the fucking Butcher's Bridge. They literally did so much. They did so much for Gangplank's rework. And it was kind of like... So what they ended up doing was... This was kind of their turn in lore, where they started taking things a bit seriously. And so when they rewrote Gangplank, they also rewrote, I think, Misfortune, Twisted Fate, Graves. It was... I think it was that, plus the Bilgewater story. And just a bunch of different things. They had Young TF, Young Graves as skins. They had Captain Fortune come out eventually. It was like an event with a champ rework with in-lore, like, changes. Plus in real-life events that you could kind of attend and win things. It was so... It was the... In my opinion, it was the coolest fucking event ever. Obviously, I'm a bit biased, but, like, it really was the coolest event they've ever done. It had everything. Anywhere you looked on Riot was fucking Bilgewater. Piracy, Gangplank, you know, a man who has everything, and how is his downfall going to happen? When is it going to happen? Right? Like, you follow the story of TF and Graves being duped into fucking stealing from Gangplank because of Misfortune's schemes of getting back at the guy who murdered her parents. Like, every week you followed the story. Next event, the next event, you had rewards. Yeah, it's just so good. It was very thematic, very in-universe, very well done, very gritty. It wasn't like Disney. They open up with, like, detailing Gangplank sitting in his fucking, like, quarters, doing scrimshaw on a guy's bone as he's writhing in pain. Right? Like, the guy is carving into someone's live fucking leg, into his bone with a knife. And the dude is, like, he's just in agonizing pain. Like, it is... It's not like a Disney fucking product like what we get now. It was so good. We're never going to get that again. No way. No. See, that's what I love. You know what was crazy is the guy who wrote that stuff, I believe he was writing for Games Workshop at the time. There's a lot of like freelance writers and shit who go around to different companies, obviously, but the guy was writing for Black Library. Forgot his name. You know Twisted Fate? Twisted Fate actually has hand tattoos and shit. The guy's kind of decked out and like... He's just a... He looks... If you look at TF in-game and in cinematics, he looks a little toned down from the story version of TF, because the story version of TF is kind of like a gritty, like, dirty gambler guy, you know? In the cinematics and everything, he's a bit more not clean-shaven, but, like, a bit more kept, I suppose. He doesn't look what the stories kind of portray him as.